Hi, everybody. My name is Lee McQueen, and I'm still discussing the 2016 primary race for president on the Democrat side. And this video is a follow-up to the previous video titled by Felicia's Clinton Superdelegates. And the reason why I wanted to follow up was to give a few more tips and suggestions on what can be done to answer the question of what to do about the Clinton superdelegates who continue to support her, even in the face of two criminal investigations against her that are still open and still ongoing by the FBI. And my concern is that Clinton's machine is attempting to call the race in her favor because she's running out of time. The FBI is continuing its investigation into her, not only her performance at the State Department, but also administration at the Clinton Foundation. And words such as bribery, racketeering, and then pay to play have come out from different directions. And so it looks like there's still a lot of questions of concern regarding Hillary Clinton's ability to lead effectively, to inspire trust, to inspire people to follow her. Right now, what she's relying on is fear and terror and threats and pride and arrogance and money, of course, to serve as her firewalls against you and I, the electorate, the people who want to make America a better place, who wish to make America exceptional. Hillary Clinton has set into place party establishment in the form of her superdelegates. She's got her money, her big pile of money from Wall Street. That's also serving as part of her firewall. And then the mainstream media who cover for her and don't print the stories such as her investigations. You notice that you don't really see a lot about that now. That's the mainstream media refusing to investigate that investigation. That's the mainstream media refusing to inform the public of what's happening with the FBI, what's happening as a result of the Inspector General's report. All that has been buried by the mainstream media. So they are also serving as Hillary Clinton's firewall. And so against us. So they are actually blocking us, the voters, from holding our, well, she's not elected yet, but potentially the people who want to be our elected officials. All of these different avenues are serving as a block from us having our own source of power to hold the politicians, and not public servants, but politicians, because that is what Hillary Clinton is, accountable. Okay, so the superdelegates have actually been stuck in a groove. No matter what happens, it seems like they will not waver in their support for Hillary Clinton. They've had conversations with voters. They've been called on the phone. They've been emailed. They've had letters written. They've had conversations, amongst each other, I suppose. And they have refused to even move back into the uncommitted column until all of these questions, which, even just the two FBI criminal investigations, at least because of those, they could and they should move back into the uncommitted column until that gets resolved. And not too many have done that. I think there's been some movement of uncommitted voters towards Bernie Sanders. But there's like 100 and maybe 46 uncommitted superdelegates. Quite a few of them are members of the DNC. And so while on paper they're uncommitted, in likelihood they are supporters of Hillary Clinton. They just haven't officially declared themselves yet. Um, but it's a concern because there's been many states that have gone for Bernie by a landslide. We'll say like Oregon, West Virginia, Colorado, Minnesota, Michigan. We've had many states that Bernie Sanders has won where the majority of the superdelegates yet and still decided to throw their support to Hillary Clinton, or where he's actually come to a tie in those states. And rather than getting half of the superdelegates, they've thrown their support to Hillary Clinton. So not only have the superdelegates disenfranchised their own states, not only have these superdelegates muted the voices of the voters who actually supported Bernie Sanders, they've also disenfranchised Bernie Sanders, putting him at a further advantage. And so, despite the fact that Bernie Sanders has won many states by a landslide or a tie, he's getting less and less support, and that means he's gone further and further behind in terms of the superdelegates. So my concern is, why are these superdelegates voting against the electorate in their state? Why are these superdelegates voting against the people who put them in office? Why are they voting against the districts that put them in office? Why are they overturning the will of the voters in their own states? I believe right now Bernie Sanders is at 46% of the popular vote, and yet still he's at 6% of superdelegates. So not only has he been disenfranchised, but also the voters who supported him, they've been disenfranchised by the superdelegates. I spoke earlier that there is a list of these superdelegates at wikipedia.org, and the link is going to be in the description of this video. You can go to the superdelegate list and see who they are, see whether they're elected officials, see whether they endorse Hillary Clinton, and see whether they overturn the will of the voters in their states. If they have, they need to go. So if they voted against the voters in their states in order to support Hillary Clinton, they need to go. You don't need to call them. Don't call them. Don't call them. Don't email. Don't write them. Just print out that list from Wikipedia and just start checking it off as you vote them out of office. Here's how you do it. In Colorado, which went for Bernie Sanders by an overwhelming margin, we have a Senate seat that's coming open. Coincidentally, there is a Green Party candidate for U.S. Senate in Colorado. The voting for that Senate seat is going to be June 28th. On June 28th, there is a Clinton endorsing superdelegate who is a U.S. Senator who should have endorsed for Bernie Sanders because that's what his state did. The people of Colorado endorsed Bernie Sanders. This senator, who is a Clinton superdelegate, decided that he would disenfranchise that entire state with his vote for Clinton. So, the Green Party candidate that's running for the U.S. Senate seat, his name is Arne McQueen. He is a Green, and the reason why he is important to Bernie is that the Green Party agrees with approximately 90% of Bernie Sanders' platform. So if a Green goes to Washington with Bernie, Bernie will have 90% probability that that Green will vote with him when he comes when he's looking for support and he needs to lobby Congress and the Senate for his programs and platforms that he's been telling us about all across the U.S. Education, healthcare, environment, etc. That Green who goes to Washington, if the voters of Colorado send him, will support Bernie. But first, we have to, well, the voters of Colorado have to get rid of the Clinton endorsing superdelegate who is attempting to disenfranchise the entire state of Colorado. So, Michael Bennet is the senator of Colorado. He's a Democrat and he's the Clinton superdelegate. He needs to go. You can replace him with Arn McConey. And if you go to Berniecrats.net, you can go to Berniecrats.net, or you can go to the Green Party's website to investigate and see who and what Arn McConey is. I've got some information about him right here. Okay, so he's on the ballot on June 28th, Arn McConey, and he wants that Senate seat. And if we send him into the Senate, he can assist Bernie. He's he's a former Colorado County Commissioner. He's served as the Eagle County Commissioner from 2000 to 2008, and he's overseeing a lot of public lands. He's working with early childhood development and affordable housing and sustainable growth. What's really important in the state of Colorado is the concept of fracking. Fracking is a serious issue in Colorado, and Bernie is against it. Hillary Clinton's for it, and so that's another reason why to send a Green into the Senate to support Bernie on these issues. Bernie is definitely anti-fracking. Hillary Clinton is pro-fracking. And we need all the support that we can give Bernie to stop that practice from occurring or expanding. Okay, so that is how you work your power of the vote of the ballot box to force the superdelegates to acknowledge that they are not all powerful and that we don't have to ask them, we don't have to beg them, we don't have to sweet talk them, we just need to push the button. If they don't want to do what the voters of their state have said that they want done, push the button, vote them out of office. Good luck, everybody.